All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you're having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Peter, hopefully you had a great, happy birthday day yesterday. Hopefully you enjoy your evening. Good morning to you, my friend.
I did. I had a wonderful birthday. It was a great day all around. So thank you. Yes, it was busy. Festivities all day. I loved it. Now,
Excellent.
Now
Man.
we're
Glad
ready.
to hear that. Glad to hear that.
Ready to get back to work.
Ready to continue on our stock market stuff here, and let's see our gappers. Let's see how we're looking there. I mean, it's been very, very exciting over the last couple of hours, and I think it's going to continue to be this way. The market is just loving the situation right now, hitting all-time highs. Some tickers doing pretty good. We got more earnings coming up as well today, so it should be a whole lot of fun. Our gap up, tons of stuff again today. So you can see it on here. We got Lyft, which we know very well. We'll see what's happening there. One low flow, and then plenty towards the bottom here. mRNA, PDD, China stocks bouncing back today from yesterday's drop. So we'll see how aggressive those bounces look. And then the gap downside of things, we have DJT continues to struggle. Again, how are you going to make money, right? Even with Trump being the president-elect, how are you going to make money is the question. And then we got some other ones here. Bitcoin down as well. I see Coin, Riot, Mara, Hood, all of them down this morning. So should be an interesting day. Peter, take us through our U.S. economic calendar for today.
Yeah, so we do have actually a lot happening today on the economic calendar. Starting with the numbers that just came out a few minutes ago, the initial and continuing jobless claims. You can see the forecast numbers there. They're reported pretty much right on target. I mean, always the jobless claims numbers are slightly off depending on which service you look at, but it's always in the right range. And they basically came out right on target. Looks like the actuals were 221,000 for the initial and 1.89 million for the continuing. So that's close enough to estimate that it's not going to have a large market impact. And so far, I'm seeing the market not do much. Little bit of a drop down here in the last couple of minutes. But not much. So really the bigger number that comes out. Oh, by the other one that I was watching this morning was the U.S. productivity number. That came in slightly lower than expected, 2.2% versus the 2.5 to 2.6 that was forecast. So those are the three that came out this morning. 10 a.m. we've got the wholesale inventories, and the big one. The big boy of the day is the FOMC interest rate decision. Of course, everybody is expecting a 0.25 point drop in the interest rate. All the analysts are agreed. Well, pretty much all of them. I think it was last time I looked, it was about 98% of them. I'll look right now. The number is still sitting at 97.6% of them are expecting a 0.25 point rate cut. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be on that target. I mean, if it comes out anything other than a 0.25 point cut, the market will go a little wonky. But even with that, we should still expect market movement right at 2 o'clock when the interest rate comes out. And then 2:30 is when the press conference starts. So usually what happens is we get the initial move. It's usually a drop and a pop or a pop and a drop. It goes either way, right? But it's going to move at 2 o'clock. And then somewhere around 2:45 maybe, right? Because you got to start the press conference, get the comments. Might be a little bit earlier, 2:40, when we start to see the impact of whatever Powell says at the press conference. His fixed comments probably not going to be a surprise. It's usually when the questions come that we get a little movement if he says anything that is unexpected or gets interpreted in an unexpected fashion. So get ready for that if you're trading this afternoon. That should be interesting, depending on what happens. All right, so that's what we got on the economic calendar. We have a lot of earnings today. We had some earnings last night that I was watching, a whole bunch of them, in fact, and a bunch more this morning, not all of which are tradable, but we'll hit the highlights for you here this morning. We'll see which ones we want to put on our watch list and which ones are not worth your time. So we'll do that starting right now.
Absolutely, man. Let's go right into it. Look at our gappers list. We'll take a look at APP. It's the first one on deck, and this thing is high flying today, up 35%, 407,000 shares traded, as you can see here. And again, it's just a beautiful pop. Normally, they don't get great volume. If you look at the daily, very light, under 10 million, even going back to September, August. So not a whole lot of volume on the daily. Doesn't move a whole lot. But Peter, today's their day. They got a nice gap up this morning, and it looks like it might be even all-time highs. Looking at the monthly, yeah, all-time highs as well. So latest and greatest on this this one today.
Well, it's earnings, and we only ever see this company during earnings, and I like the name every time I run across it again. It's a software services company called AppLovin. And AppLovin is loving life today as they hit record highs, as they beat their third quarter numbers. Their project data, I guess their projects that delivered revenue in the quarter gave them a little bit more than anticipated, and they're having a good morning so far. This isn't one of those AI plays, so good old AppLovin is building usually phone. I think they're phone-based apps, but yeah, they are. I think this is like well into all-time highs. You look at that daily. I mean, they are gapping up significantly. They're up 35% this morning, way over any highs that they'd ever had. And I think so. Let me just go back in time. I got to go back far enough to make sure. Yep. They only started trading in 2021. And look at this, man. They're gapping up over 200. I mean, that's a big move. 58, almost $59 so far this morning. So I don't know how this trades. Not normally on my list, but it looks like it gets volume. And I don't know. I'm looking at the trading activity yesterday. It was pretty dull. Not a lot of price action over the course of the day, but maybe today will be different. I mean, the volume is pretty low considering this is such a massive move. Only 400,000 shares. So I don't know what to expect out of this. It secondary at best. I think we're going to have better targets, but it's sort of fun at all-time highs.
It is fun here, man. It's an aggressive way to break out of that all-time highs of 35%. So I'm going to put in a secondary again. If they're going to trade well, today is their day. So I am going to have them right on here. APP. Perfect. All right. So secondary next is going to be Lyft. So Lyft this morning up 23%, 1.1 million shares traded. Earnings after hours last night, Peter. It looks like this is treating them pretty well so far this morning.
Yeah, it was all good news for Lyft last night. So they had a good quarter that allowed them to lift their full year guidance. They also announced a number of partnerships for autonomous vehicles that are going to, everybody likes to use the robo-taxi term. I guess it's not. I guess Tesla they didn't copyright, right, robo-taxi, because people are using it just as a term for automated taxis. But anyways, Mobileye, May Mobility, Nexar all announced partnerships with Lyft. They took the opportunity during their earnings, so that contributed to the gap up. Lyft has got some decent volume so far this morning at a little over 1 million shares. Yeah, probably in play. I mean, it's sort of mid-range for me on those categories. Sorry, on the whether it's going to be one of my targeted trades. I think Lyft is probably good enough that I'll watch it when the opening bell rings. See what happens.
Yeah, I think it's worth putting on the list here. Again, they sometimes can be a little bit choppy, just like Uber can, right? Uber, same thing. They can also be a little bit choppy at times. They're also gapping up slightly here, up 2.2, not a whole lot, but the volume is clearly not there on Uber. So we'll leave that one alone. All the action this morning on Lyft, as you can see here. Next is going to be Bros, BROS. Bros is Dutch Bros here. They're up 22%. Yeah, 215,000. Peter, what's moving this higher today?
The Bros. They were one of the earnings, one of the many earnings from last night. They had a good quarter, so they beat the both top and bottom line. I didn't hear that they changed their forward-looking guidance, but you expect that they might with the quarter. I mean, they overshot their quarter by about 30%. So When they said they were only going to make about 13 cents a share, and they delivered 19 cents a share. So, an extra 6 cents a share. That's pretty significant considering what they were reporting. So that's up almost 50%. And then the top line earnings, like I mentioned, up 30%. So, pretty good morning for the bros. The bros. I like where it sits on the daily here, by the way, just sitting at this range. That being said, I don't. The volume is low this morning. Typical volume. This only trades about 2 million shares a day, so I don't think it's going to make my list. As fun as it sort of looks on the daily, I just don't think it's going to get the movement and volume I need to make it easily tradable.
Yeah, I love the gap up here that we're seeing. I just, again, don't know how well it's going to trade the daily. As you mentioned, very light on volume. All the way going back to September, usually they're just doing about 3 to 6 million shares traded. So not a whole lot. Yeah, I'm going to skip on it. I think today we'll find other better things to look at. All right, we'll look at the next one. Then we'll hop around a little bit here because I do want to get to a lot of the stuff that we have, especially earnings as well. ASPN this morning, Aspen, Aerogels. These guys don't trade well, so I'm not going to spend no time on it, Peter. I'm going to move right past it.
Nope.
They're up 50%, but again, they just don't trade well. So let's move on. Roll the truck on that thing. It is pure garbage. ELWS this morning, high flying, low flow at 1 million shares flow is what I'm showing here, 1.1. And then these guys are up 11.2 at the moment. So a little bit of action in this pre-market. Was up as high as 980 very, very early on. You got a little spike going all the way up there. So it does have potential. What's more interesting, if you look at the daily, is they've been going from $0. You're not just kidding. $2. Climbing steadily over the last couple of days, all the way to 7, where the price is right now. So they've been holding their gains. Any news, Peter? I don't think we have talked about this one at all in the last couple of days, right? Maybe because they were hanging out below $5.
No, we haven't talked about them, and I would say for good reason. I mean, I don't like the look of this. Even just the name confuses me. This is Early Works Company Limited. In fact, it's Early Works Company Limited ADR, which is a software application company. Looks like they're Japan-based. I don't know. A couple of days ago, on Monday, they received notification from NASDAQ that they were in breach of the listing requirements. They had some deficiencies that they had to rectify that they have now rectified. So I guess that's good news and one of the reasons why they're moving up ever since. But I don't know. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the trading volume. Average trading volume here is only 600,000 shares. I mean, it certainly had more in the last couple of days. I'll grant you that. But it's a big no for me.
Yeah, I don't like it, guys. And also low flow stock. It needs more volume. So, all right, let's stop here. We're gonna bounce around. There's some good tickers I want to get to down here. Let's look at. I see a lot of Chinese stocks bouncing back from the sell-off, especially yesterday, right? So we have PDD, Baba. They're all up slightly this morning. If we take a look at PDD here. PDD right now up 3.4 with some decent volume, 245,000. My favorite, as you guys know, is going to be Baba. This one has 383,000 and it's up 2.7. So maybe I'll keep an eye on Baba today. I don't think there's any huge move that can come out of this right now. I mean, they're just kind of still stuck within their range over the last couple of days. So again, which is kind of going back to where we left off the day before. So I'll put in a secondary in case something comes out of that. It's going to be interesting, especially when he takes office and he starts talking about China and this and that. That can affect these things, right? So just keep an eye out for that on any new policies that might come out that can affect the Chinese ticker. So just Baba for right now. Heading towards the bottom here. I think that's about it. Oh, we cannot forget SMCI. How can we not talk about this one? SMCI has been extremely active. I didn't watch it closely yesterday because all eyes were on Tesla, for me at least. SMCI up 2%, 2 million shares traded. This thing has dropped so much that maybe it's time for a bounce, Peter. What are we thinking here on SMCI?
Well, SMCI, I mean, it's been surprisingly solid and a little resilient here. As we know that it's facing potential delisting and continued concern over their financial status. They were supposed to have earnings earlier this week. Instead, they released a business update, which said that they were going to be off their revenue targets. But I mean, it's still a ongoing concern, and it's an active company, and they've been through this before. So I assume that people hedging their bet. I have not traded this all week. It has been in play. I can't argue that. I mean, the volume has been very significant with it trading sort of like 100 million shares pretty much every day for the last, this entire week. Carlos, but if you look at the price range, right, it's actually been in a surprisingly tight range. Price action yesterday was not that exciting. So for me, how could you ignore things like NVIDIA and AMD that it did have exciting days yesterday, posting some nice, some movement in the open and then a nice steady gains throughout the rest of the day. So there look like much better targets in the semi space than SMCI at the moment.
Yeah, I agree. I like him. I'm going to add him to my list. I like the volume we're getting here. And again, they've been trading really, really good. Yes, question from VR Bug. Is the Fed announcement today? Yes, it's going to be, is it 2 p.m., Peter? The minutes come out, right? 2 p.m. And
2
then,
o'clock. Yep, the rate
yep.
decision is announced electronically at 2 o'clock, and the press conference starts at 2:30.
Yeah, it should add some real nice fuel to the fire here, the momentum on some of the stocks that can take advantage of interest rate cuts if they go that route. All right, let's go with you, Peter. As far as gapping up, do you have anything that might not be on this list that you like this morning?
A whole lot. You mentioned the Chinese stocks. There's actually good news coming out, or at least some positive sentiment coming out for the Chinese economy, saying that there's an expectation that they're in sort of a big boom right now, that they expect the e-commerce in Southeast Asia overall to more than double over the next couple of years. And Alibaba had some news where they just announced the successful completion of what they are calling the world's largest data migration. They migrated over 500,000 terabytes. That's 500 petabytes of data from, I guess, another lifestyle platform. I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong, but Xiaohongshu. They moved all that data. I mean, data migrations I often think of as an electronic process nowadays, but it took over 1,500 staff, almost a year to migrate this 500 petabyte data lake, as they call it, from one location to another. So yeah, they're sort of putting out little tidbits of good information or good news, and we're seeing them rise with the rest of the market. I mean, very green day, by the way, in the market. A whole bunch of earnings to talk about that happened both last night and a couple this morning. So let's go through these quickly. Qualcomm, beat their numbers. They had really strong revenue, delivering over $10 billion of revenue. 10.2 was actually what they achieved when they'd forecasted 9.9. They raised their guidance as a result. They had an upgrade from analysts, and they've announced a $15 billion stock buyback. So all good news on Qualcomm this morning, as they are gapping up about 5% or almost $10 so far in the morning, and we're up more earlier on. So that's definitely going to be in play. They don't have a lot of volume right now. I mean, they're just under 1 million shares. But Qualcomm, it's a strange one that it trades sort of like a NASDAQ stock, but it does trade on... it trades like a NYSE stock, but it does trade on the NASDAQ. So the volume usually comes in Qualcomm. Just be patient on it. It'll happen. So I sort of like the look of it this morning. Not pre-market, but I know it can move, so I might put an eye to that. One I'll mention just for fun. Oh, no, that's on the gap down. How about ELF? ELF, which is a makeup cosmetics company. They beat their numbers and raised guidance in the quarter, so good news for them. Z for my American friends. Zillow They used to be a lot of fun. We used to trade Zillow all the time, but not so much recently. They also had earnings, beat their numbers on the quarter. Very low volume. They don't trade a lot pre-market. Two sort of pharmaceutical companies with Gilead, GILD, that reported last night. I never know if I say that right, but Gilead. I always say Gilead. I don't know if
Gilead,
that's
you
how you
got
say
it.
it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Gilead. All right. And mRNA, Moderna. So they reported this morning. So Gilead was last night, Moderna this morning. Both of them beat their numbers. Gilead specifically raised their guidance. They're trading with decent volume this morning. No, sorry. It's mRNA that has the volume. 1.8 million shares so far on mRNA, although it's pretty flat in the last half hour or so. But it typically gets itself in play. So I'm thinking that it might be worth keeping an eye on if you want to watch one of the two. Gilead's, I think, the bigger company, but mRNA gets the better trading. So, and that was it. All right. So those are the ones I wanted to mention for earnings. I mean, as I say, guys, there's a lot more earnings out there. If you have something you like, by all means, watch it. I know that other things, not earnings, but just in big movers this morning, Jared was again taking on some of the low floats. He was watching Bonsai International, BNZI. That had a move up just as we were starting the show. He was trading the momentum. You can see it sort of come off the high on the momentum, and it's dropping back down again. This is like a penny stock, pretty much. It's only like 275. Closed at $1.93 yesterday, but I don't. It's one of the many that move every morning, right? So today it just happens to be getting the volume. 8 million shares traded on this bad boy, BNZA, if you want to take a look at that. But it's I said the fun may be over already for all I know on Bonsai International, but it had its moment.
What was the take on that?
Sorry, BNZI. I said it wrong. BNZI.
BNZI. Okay, here we go.
There you go.
Oh yeah. This is what's been going nuts the last couple of weeks. All right.
Yeah.
All right, friends. Thank you so much.
5 minutes. Couple of minutes.
I'm sorry.
That's a 5-minute chart. So I was just saying.
Oh, you want to see? 1 minute?
No.
Oh yeah,
it's all good.
Okay.
Sorry, that was on.
We're confusing ourselves. We're all good.
We'll blame Brent. It's okay. We'll blame Brent. It's all right. We're good
Blame
at that. Dishing out, not to blame elsewhere.
As you always do, okay. Carlos.
All right, friends. Let's take a look here. Gapping down this morning. Some big numbers here. Wolf, DJT, Mitch. I say Mitch, but it's MTCH. I'm not sure what that is. SEDG and Space, all in the double digits. So let's start with Wolf here. So Wolf down right now, 23%, 621,000 shares traded. So as you can see here, in play this morning, I've seen this stock so many times on the gap up or down, even when they have news, and they just don't trade well. So I'm not a big fan of it. Peter, looks like earnings last night on this one.
That is correct. They had earnings last night, and for a semiconductor company, they didn't do well. Most of the semis have been performing well. Wolfspeed was not one of them. They did not hit their numbers in the quarter, and of course, expectations are always high when you're one of the AI semiconductor plays. So Wolf's getting punished for not achieving their targets as the analyst had declared them. They said that they've got a week. Once again, this is the second chip manufacturer that is citing low demand in the automotive sector. So I can't remember what the other one was. It was another chip stock the other day that was saying that they were seeing low demand in the automotive sector. NXPI, I think it was. Yeah, NXPI. So to me, again, the auto sector had a good quarter, but that signals that, right, there's less demand coming. So we may see a slowdown in auto sales if they're building less. I've got to assume that they know their pipeline and they're expecting lower sales. So whether that happens or not, in the short term, we know that Wolfspeed is suffering on the morning. But again, not one of the most attractive semiconductors to trade.
Yeah, it sure is not. I mean, I'll leave that one alone. Let's move on down to MTCH this morning. These guys are down 14%. Light volume. So again, another one that it's earnings as well last night. Match Group. And again, I just don't think they trade very well. Peter, anything else to add on this one?
No, they don't. I mean, they had they had like one moment of excitement when they had the big data breach and they released names of a lot of their clientele. I mean, this is a company, of course, that Carlos and I know absolutely nothing about, and that's our story, and we're sticking to it. But they had a bad quarter. There you go. They had a bad quarter, anyways, and they're forecasting a lower than expected revenue and earnings for the next quarter as well. So, Match.com, Match Group, as they call themselves, is gapping down, and they say that they are. It's going to take longer for some of their. Apparently, Match they own Tinder, do they? Anyways,
they own quite a few.
So, yeah.
I think they own Tinder, OkCupid, maybe Hinge.
Yeah, Tinder, and the religious one too, right? The religion one or something like that. There's a couple. Christian Mingle. I think they own Christian Mingle.
Aren't they also being sued for their algorithm?
I'm sure they're being sued in lots of ways.
Purposely not matching people to so people keep paying that recurring subscription.
I didn't know, but anyways, apparently Bumble is eating their lunch. So I guess if the hot place to go right now is Bumble, apparently. Again, we know nothing about it. Carlos and I claim ignorance, but it's not a great trader. Anyways, we can move on. We've talked enough about it.
Yeah, this doesn't trade well. Let's take a look at SEDG. This one is down 14%. Again, we're going through a bunch of stuff that just doesn't move well. We'll look at the top 5 and then we'll hop around a little bit here. But SEDG also on the list. Solar Edge, again, not doing well. We had a lot of solar type companies do pretty bad yesterday. I don't see them on the list today. Maybe they might be just going flat, just kind of bouncing a little bit. Just going to take a quick look at ENPH because that was one of the ones that was gapping down. Yeah, gap down, didn't really move much today. Run, same thing, a gap down, sold off. Run actually seemed like it had a good trading day yesterday, some good volume there. So again, they're just kind of hanging out here. Peter, anything to add on SEDG this morning?
No, like you said, the whole sector is continuing to see pressure after the election results. So solar is probably not the best place to be. And of course, like you said yesterday, Carlos, you're hoping that it means that they lay off some of their door-to-door salespeople, but we'll see what happens with them.
That just sounds mean. Don't lay them off. Just find something else for them to do. All right. Well, let's take a look at space. Exactly. Watch the pre-market show. Take up trading. Trust me, it's much better time spent here. And yeah, absolutely. SPCE. Let's look at Virgin Galactic. They are down this morning, 12.9, 390,000 shares traded. This stock just kind of fell off the map, right? Like they just haven't done anything. It's all Elon when it comes to the space race here. Peter, what's going on with them?
They had earnings after the close yesterday. They as always, they had a loss in Q3, which I think have they ever had made money? I don't
Do they make money?
I don't think they have. But anyways, I mean, they lost $2.66 per share in the quarter, so they're still being funded by by the rest of the Virgin companies, I guess. It's as you said, it's sort of out of favor. We haven't heard much. I mean, I'm not sure what they're doing. Remember, they were taking people into space. It was, or at least near space. There was always an argument as to whether they were actually in space or not. But anyways, and then we stopped hearing about all those commercial rides for rich people. So I don't know what's going on with them, but from a trading point of view, yeah, super boring. Just not fun anymore. So leaving it.
Yeah, I don't see anything happening here. We'll move on to last one. They're going to hop around a little bit because there's some stuff at the bottom. We're going to look at Bitcoin, some other things that are in play here, and also earnings. Fun PHUN continues to make our gap down list in this sense, but again, just not a whole lot going on here. Looks messy right now. As we keep moving away from all the action we had in the end of last month, it just looks uglier and uglier. So this looks like a truck deserves to come out here any second now. We'll roll a truck for this bad boy. It just doesn't look well.
There you go. Now, I should fun and we
Peter.
said fun and DJT have often been mentioned together, so it's worth talking about that, because remember what we warned you about yesterday, right? Don't go into yesterday's market assuming a direction things are going to go, right? Let the price action tell you. And if you just look at the chart in a little more detail for DJT yesterday, like the 5 minute there, you'll see that it gapped up. Well, you can see it even on the daily here, but see how it gapped up quite significantly. So if you got excited pre-market and said, oh, with the election results, DJT is going to the moon, you would have been disappointed. There actually was some, I would say, okay trading, not great, but okay on DJT yesterday. But it dropped. It dropped at the open and then stayed down. And we're seeing it also red this morning as it's coming back down. There you go. Exactly. It's a drop. So you do have to be careful about these things, right? Like you can get good trading out of it, but just don't get wedded to a point of view to say, oh, look, based on the election, DJT is going to go to the moon, I'm going long, because you could have really, really been hurt. I mean, imagine if you got in this thing $10 ago at $44 towards the open or pre-market yesterday, and now you're sitting here, holding on to a big 25% loss. So yeah, that could be very painful. So, we're happy to trade anything, but just, let the price action tell you what it's going to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it really comes down to, right, your Trump media, Trump won the election, but how are you going to make money now, right? Even if he's president, or if he wasn't president, how are you going to make money? I think people are just kind of betting on this and treating it like a meme stock. So it's down 15% right now, 8.5 million shares traded. See, today we have shares for short, 700,000. So shares for short are back in with Interactive Brokers. Again, not saying that this is a short. Be very careful. Treat it like a low flow meme type stock, right? So white glove gloves on this one, guys. Be very, very careful. All right. With that, let's hop around, Peter. What do you like as far as the gap down list this morning?
All right. Well, a couple of earnings I did want to talk about. We'll start with ARM, ARM. One of the companies had earnings last night that we were keeping an eye on. They actually lowered their guidance. ARM is an interesting one. I mean, they've been up significantly over the course of the year, and have been one of the high flying. They're in the AI sort of stock space. But I know we don't talk fundamentals, but it struck me this morning as I was looking at them. Their forward-looking PE, price earning ratio, is over 70, which when you compare it to even an AMD or an NVIDIA, they're about half that, around 30 to 35. So with ARM's forward-looking PE so high, I mean, they are problematic. Any bad news is going to be heavily punished, I think. So we're seeing ARM gap down here this morning, about 15%. Big volume, right? They're trading. What's the volume here? They're trading 1.4 million shares. So, they definitely have good volume on the morning. And I lied. The 15% was DJT. I was on the wrong stock. They're only down about 3.5%, down $5. So my bad, but they're still down. So there you go. There's ARM. Also down this morning was D-Dog. We used to look at D-Dog, good old Datadog. They used to be sort of fun to trade. And this was a Norm era stock. I don't get to mention Norm often enough. Good old buddy Norm. I always think of Norm when I think of Datadog, because I think he was trading that for a while. They actually had a good quarter. They beat their numbers, but are still gapping down here this morning. Not much. They're just down 2%, 2.2% at the moment. So, and they were down actually more than that earlier. So, it's their revenue guidance that was, I mean, it wasn't bad. It was just in line with analyst expectations. And as we've talked about many times, if you don't exceed expectations, it's basically considered a miss. So again, there's really not bad news, but this one could go in either direction. So you may want to watch Datadog if you're interested. A couple other ones just for fun that I'll mention. Gold. This is Barrick Gold, but their ticker symbol is just gold, GOLD. They had earnings this morning, missed their numbers. So gold prices have been soaring, but Barrick Gold has not. They just have not done as well as you would expect with gold prices soaring. If you look at their stock, they're dropping this month in October. Well, I mean, since August, they've been pretty flat to down. So, and their quarter results did not meet expectations whatsoever. So, yeah, not a great day so far for gold. And the last one I'll mention, just for fun, is good old buddy AMC. the former meme stock that has fallen from grace. Apparently, their big crafty plan to create flavored popcorn that they were going to use to save the company is not working out. I say that completely facetiously because
you got to get people in first. You got people to go first.
I just remember when they announced that story, I thought that does not sound like a business plan. That, like, how much flavored popcorn can you actually sell? Anyways, whatever. They're just they're not meme worthy anymore. I mean, this was the meme stock du jour.
Yeah,
they were memeing all over the place. They ain't memeing no more. So anyways, they actually beat their numbers on the quarter, but their estimate was fairly low, so it wasn't that high of a bar. But yeah, you can see volume's been out of this thing for quite a while now, but it was just a blast from the past. So the fact that they had earnings, I just thought I'd be mentioning it. And Corey, you're still there? You're still holding on to AMC, going to the moon? You know what? Be one of the few, one of the proud. It's I'm not saying it won't, but I'm not going to be around for the ride. So I'll watch from the sidelines. Good luck. Anyways, those are the ones that I was watching. Like I said, there's a lot more earnings out there. There's a whole bunch of them, all sort of second and third tier companies, as I'd call them, at least from a trading perspective. This morning, we haven't talked about any of the big ones. Let me just talk sector-wise. A good close to the semiconductor sector yesterday. It started out a little shaky, but pretty much all the semis were up into the close yesterday, right? AMD, NVIDIA closing at the high of the day. It's a good relative strength into the close, and they're looking good this morning. Pretty much the whole sector is green as I'm looking at it. All of the FANG stocks, or the Magnificent Seven, whatever you want to call them, they're pretty much all green this morning. They're all up except for Tesla. Tesla's actually down marginally today, but it's pretty much like dead even there. You can see big gap yesterday. Look, for it to hold that level, I would consider a win. So, I mean, look at that gap. That's pretty impressive yesterday. And it's still up here, $288 on Tesla. Remember, just 2 days ago, we were trading this around 250. So it's a big move. And the fact that it's still up there puts it in play. And then on the press side, I was actually surprised to see that pretty much the travel sector seems to be down. Pretty much all the airlines and all of the cruise lines are gapping down this morning. I don't have any particular news on that. Fuel prices are going up slightly, which affects both of these industries. But I was thinking, Carlos, the other day, maybe I can create some rumors here, but you know how nuclear was really big. And one of the companies that we were watching in the nuclear sector was NNE, Nano Nuclear Energy, where they're trying to make, I won't say portable, but small nuclear, powered devices. I don't know how that's going to go for them overall, but I was thinking, think like cruise lines, man, like it would totally revolutionize the cruise line industry if they could be nuclear powered. It just, prices would change drastically. It would make them so much more cost effective. But I'm making things up. Yeah, am I saying nuclear? You guys don't like that? How did you say it? A nuclear bomb? Nuclear energy, nuclear bomb. Anyways, whatever. That's just me. However you want to say it, it made me think of it. So whatever. The cruise line and airline industries are down today, but yeah, those industries would be changed. Imagine though how crazy the world would be if every plane and every ship out there suddenly had a nuclear reactor on it to power itself. Is that better? Do you guys like that better? Nuclear. Anyways, all right, I'm moving on. You're hurting my face. It's hard saying that.
Yeah. Awesome. Friends, let's take a look at, I forgot to add mRNA. You did mention that one. That does look good. And there's two of them, right? It was mRNA. And what's the other one? Just slipped my mind. mRNA alongside
Gilead? Was that the other one? In that section?
Gilead, yeah. So Gilead trades horrible. I'm going to go with mRNA. It's a better trade. So it is in play today. Might not stay on my main list as we look at NVIDIA. That looks good today. I'm going to add that one. 6 million shares traded right now. And looking really good, as you mentioned, Peter. I do like that one, so that'll be on my list today. All right, let's go to you guys. Let's start here in our chat. What do you guys like this morning? Going to take a look at some tickers. mRNA, I did ask, so that is good. DJT, scrolling up. Politics aside, how does DJT make money? Well, all social media platforms make money with ads, right? That's how they make money. They make money on ads, and also some of them will share part of your personal information, right? Not your personal information, but like, your view history. This is why all these apps are connected, and you get ads that are targeted specifically to you in the option that you hopefully click and buy, right? That's how that money is made. So, volume is key, right? I know many Trump supporters that don't use DJT. They prefer Twitter 10 times. They actually don't like DJT, right? They prefer Twitter. So you got to have volume. And DJT, I don't know how much volume they have. I don't have an account with DJT. So that's the issue. When we say, how are you going to make money? It's like, okay, you're up at 55 from like nothing. How are you going to hold those gains, right? So it's more of a meme stock is what I see it as now. So 9 million shares traded. It is in play, guys. We do have shares for sure. I am going to add as a secondary, by the way. So I'll put it on here. I mean, 9 million is a lot. Again, just be careful. If anything, it'll be fun to watch, Let's see what else. Amazon. Let's take a look at Amazon here. Let's take a look. Amazon up slightly, 600,000 shares traded. I'm not sure. Looks good. Man, what a day yesterday. I'm just looking at this now. That is nice. I did not have this on my list, but Amazon did very, very well yesterday. So maybe we'll trade well today. I'm going to put it here as a secondary. I might move this up as well. Let's see how it goes. But yeah, Amazon looking good this morning as well. All right, that's what I have. I have Lyft, I have SMCI, I have mRNA, I have NVIDIA. We did look at Apple, some other of the Magnificent Seven. Those are all, can always be great to watch and in play. Let's take a look at Tesla. I thought I added Tesla. I forgot to add Tesla. I do like the way they're hanging out here. Again, holding that nice gap up they had yesterday. They're slightly down this morning. Good volume, 2.8 million. This will be fun to watch. I think this is going to be in play at least for the next couple of days. So we'll definitely have this on my list. It's just interesting how we went from like nothing here, right? Nothing going on for like about 2 weeks. Beautiful gap up on earnings, if I remember correctly, or sales numbers, but a good outcome here. And then since then has been trading well. And obviously the election here, we have a nice pop. And then today we got more news, FOMC. And this stock is heavily on interest rates, right? So interest rates do affect Tesla quite a bit. So we'll see how that trades today. Should be a lot of fun. Peter, let's go to you as far as not economic, we did that. As far as community events and announcements for this beautiful Thursday.
Absolutely. I can't believe it's Thursday already. This week has just flown by for me. But yes, it is Thursday, which means that we've gone through all of our scheduled webinars. Now it's about giving you mentorship, and we've got 4 different mentorship sessions that can help you out on this day. We start always at 11 a.m. with John, who's going to do a good new trader mentorship session. It's great to get questions asked and answered. It's usually a smaller group, so take that opportunity, whether you're new or you've been in the room for a long period of time. If nothing else, you can enjoy John's sardonic, dry humor. So it's a great session for education as well as entertainment. You'll be edutained. So please join John at 11 a.m. Then you can join Jared and Megan for their always high energy, very informative options mentorship session. That's at 2 o'clock in the webinar room. We then move back to equities with Lenny at 4 o'clock, and then Thor closes out the day with his 8 p.m. mentorship session. So those are the 4 sessions we've got going on today. And we want to invite you to join us in the chat room. Now, a couple things I need to tell you about. First, our diamond offer is still happening. So if you want to take advantage of the Elite Annual Diamond, it gives you everything in the Elite plus a $50,000 funded trading account. So you can find details on our website about what the rules to follow that, because you can actually get paid for trading. We want people to learn. We're willing to take a risk on you and hopefully fund your trading journey and hopefully drive success for you. So take a look at that if you're interested. Otherwise, you can join with one of the other membership options. we've returned the $1 YouTube offer. So if you're out there in YouTube and you want to try out some of what we offer, you can join for $1. But we've had to change it a little bit. We've changed it up. So now you're going to get access to 17 specific trading strategy courses that we've got published. So if you join for that $1, you're going to get access to 17 different strategy courses. You can sort of see the types of strategies that we teach and trade. We have a number of different approaches in the room. Frankly, every moderator trades slightly differently. But, there is a theme, right? As a community, we do trade in a specific manner, and you'll get an idea of that from watching a number of those courses. So if you want to join for $1, you can get access to 17 courses that we've got out there. So check it out. It's at bearbulltraders.com/YouTube, and you can take advantage of that $1 offer. So hopefully you will take a look at that. And if you want to get information on the markets, tradingterminal.com, it's always the place to go. It's got lots of great stuff. We've been doing live courses in the Academy, which is part of Trading Terminal. Some have been free, some are paid courses, but check them out. You won't be disappointed. Again, more good educational information in there. There you go. There's the Trading Terminal Academy. Tons of stuff in there. So some great courses that are paid, and then you've got some free stuff as well in there. So it's worth checking out for sure. So with that, Carlos, let's set some levels. We're going to get ready for live trading. And I think we actually have Brian back with us today. I see him in the room. He's already in there typing away. So I know he is back from his world travels, and we're happy to have him back. I want to give a special thanks to Lenny and Pierre, who between the two of them, they covered for the whole time that Brian's been off. I can't believe it's been a couple of weeks he's been gone, but time flies, when you're having fun trading. So, but we're happy to have Brian back this morning with, again, thanks to Lenny and Pierre for covering. They did a great job and gave us different perspectives on the open trading, right? It doesn't have to be as crazy as Andrew makes it feel sometimes. You can trade. Well, Andrew's feeling left out. Do you need special thanks? Sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to leave you out. You're a good trader too. Good trader. Well done. All right. Moving on.
Oh man. All right, friends, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. Really appreciate it. It does help us out a ton. We are sitting here at I always like to look at where we're at today, 177. So thank you so much for those that have already slammed that thumbs up. If you can help us do that, that would be amazing. All right. Let's get going here. Guys, levels. I got Lyft, SMCI, our mRNA, NVIDIA, and Tesla on deck right now. Again, all looking with some really good potential this morning. Lyft is one that normally at the open can be a little bit choppy. I'm looking forward to this actually trading well. Looks good pre-market. I like the gap up. I like the news on it. Let's just, treat us well today, Lyft. That's what we need. 17.26. Low of the pre-market towards the bottom. The high is 18. Huge gap up, guys. 20% this morning. We'll go to the left between February and June and July. Looks like we have plenty of daily levels. Let's pick the best ones. We have this one here, 1843. Looks awesome. We also have 1924. We'll slam one there. And then towards the bottom, we're slamming another one at 1648. And that covers Lyft as far as levels goes. SMCI has been really fun to watch here. Volume continues to be really good on this, 2.5 million. We are up 2% right now. And again, very active. What's in the red, in the green at the moment. So look forward to this one too. 23.50 high of the pre-market. Will slam the low at 22.14. And then you're surrounded by the highs and lows of the last two trading days. So we'll keep this nice and simple. We're not going to add anything else. We'll keep it just like that for us this morning. mRNA, we have not seen this one in quite some time. Hasn't been trading well. This is why it has not made our list in a very long time. But today they have news. They have earnings. So this morning we can see here 58.55 is the high of the pre-market. The low is pretty much where the previous day closes. The highs and lows for the last two trading days, as you see on the daily here. So that's covered there for you. Even where the price action is right now, look at the daily. You have an area of resistance here. So I'm going to mark that down at around 55.16 looks like. Let's look towards the top. If we were to break out of that pre-market high, the next big level is going to be 63.83. Again, I just don't think they have that type of juice here to get going. Another minor level around 60.58 And obviously, we look at that whole dollar number. NVIDIA, guys, NVIDIA looking mighty nice this morning. They are up almost 0.5%, but look at the run they had this morning. Like the gap up is not really showing you how active this is. This thing was down at 144. We're up now at 146, going into the green. So very active pre-market activity. And the volume is there, 6.2 million. Low of the pre-market, 144.60. We'll slam one there. And then 146.29 looks pretty good. Heading to the left on the daily, you don't have to do much. Highs and lows for the last 2 trading days got you covered. And we are doing all-time highs, so there's nothing else for you to look up there above the price action that you have there. Here's Tesla. Tesla looking to break yesterday's highs. It looks strong. Was in the red all the way down as far as 284.22, which is your low of your pre-market. High of the pre-market. I'm not going to mark it down right now. It's not worth doing that because it's just kind of breaking through here. You do have the previous day close. The next level we have is going to be this 289-ish, 289.62, which is the high from yesterday. So that's looking good there when it comes to Tesla. And as far as a price higher than that, which we're going to go over to a weekly, we're going to look at last year. Last year around July, we do have a spike on the weekly at 299.19. We'll slam that there, and we are good to go on Tesla. All right, Peter, take us through what our team is watching this morning.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of comments in the room. I guess I must have been channeling my birthday stuff last night because sorry, Andrew, I didn't mean to talk to you like a puppy, but it was entertaining. I was in puppy mode. If I could share a moment for you guys here, my good buddy Chunks, who's a freak friend of the show, and it shows up occasionally. He was all excited. He came and he brought me a balloon as he came yesterday, and a little balloon with a picture of us. You can see there attached to it. So that was lovely. And then he helped me open my presents a little bit later. So there's a glimpse into the life. Yeah, my good buddy Chunks. And my wife, she put candles on the cake. She said she didn't have a 5. I think she really just enjoyed suggesting that I was 234 years old. So, but she was making me do math for my birthday. So there you go. Anyways, all right, there you go. Birthday pictures my wife sent out to the family this morning. All right, let's take a look at what our moderators are watching this morning. As usual, we've got a good slate of different stocks that people are watching, starting with Thor, who's in with the market indices, Apple, NVIDIA, and of course the futures that he's taking an eye on. Megan is going to be watching Tesla, NVIDIA, PLTR, and Amazon. I'm going to be watching my usual with AMD, NVIDIA, and Tesla. And then on my secondary, it's a little long today, but I'll try and keep an eye on Qualcomm, mRNA, PLTR, and of course DJT, just because it looks fun and it's sort of been in play all week. Lenny's going to be watching Amazon, AMD, Tesla, Lyft, XPEV, and APP. Get some AppLovin for Lenny. Brian's going to be watching NVIDIA, Apple, AMD, Tesla, and the Dutch Brothers, bros. Mike's going to be keeping it tight with Tesla and NVIDIA. And Mike was telling us on the show in the close yesterday that his house in California is, geez, it's a threat of fire. I've been watching the news now, and I hope it's safe and everybody's safe there. But I was amazed, by the way, when I checked out the website. There's like 20 wildfires going on in California, like right now. Is that state always on fire?
Every day.
I have no idea.
It's every day.
It's crazy.
Every day, man. It's crazy,
man.
Crazy.
Anyways,
yeah,
that fire is pretty close to Mike's house. It's a little scary, so hopefully everything is all good. Anyways, Andrew's going to be watching DJT, SMCI, Dutch Brothers as well, Tesla, NVIDIA, and Qualcomm. Phil will be watching NVIDIA, Tesla, Amazon, and Lyft. Eamon watching Apple and Tesla. Avi is going to be watching Tesla, NVIDIA, and Meta, sort of the usual candidates for him. And Pierre is going to be watching AMD, SMCI, Tesla, and NVIDIA. Like I said earlier, very happy to have Brian back with us. So he's going to be trading live with Andrew as we head into the open. So we'll hand you over to those guys in a minute. Let you get going. It should be a good trading day. We've had a couple of good days this week, so I expect the fun to continue. Brian's got the red light on. He's looking ready to go. Andrew's coming to us from the dark. Good morning, Brian. Welcome back, buddy.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome back.
For everybody in the room, too. Yeah. Seems like it seems like I forgot how to do a few things. So it's
only right. It's only right.
That's the sign of a good vacation when you come back and you're like, how does all this stuff work again?
Yeah. What do I have to turn on? Oh yeah, I can't forget the red light though.
Yeah, you got the red light, so I appreciate that. That's awesome. Ready to go.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we'll head you over to our live traders. Have a great morning. Trade smart, everyone, when we'll see you again tomorrow.
Take care, guys.
All right. I'm getting an echo. This is that because Andrews?
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good morning.
Welcome to another all-time high, Brian.
Yes, I know.
We are making all-time high every single day. I checked my account. I posted my Instagram, actually, my interactive brokers. In the last 2 months, I made over $1.4 million. Life is better. Everybody's getting a Lamborghini today.
Yeah, you're like Oprah. You get a Lamborghini and you get a Lamborghini.
Dude, I'm telling you, if the market is like this every day, everybody would be happy. You go out, everybody's like smiling. Like the rates are coming up, the stocks are going up, everybody with no war in the world, everybody's happy.
What is it like? This is the 77th new high, maybe one between the SPY and the Qs this year. This is like
actually sad. How many all-time high we did in 2024 on a SPY? Is it 77 times?
No, it's not 70. It's about 40. I think it's probably close to 50 right now.
50. Let's see.
Close. Yeah.
It's gonna be everybody. We're gonna be happy like that.
Brian, can you share your book map to the?
Oh yeah, sure. See, another thing I forgot.
And people
long.
usually like you going through the book map what you're looking at.
Okie dokie. Yeah. See, only away like a week and a half, 8 days. Already I forgot everything. I guess it means I'm getting old or something. All right, bros.
All right, so the Tesla is at 52-week high. The 289 was a level that we fisted around yesterday. Let's see what's going to give us. NVIDIA is at all-time high. Is now officially the biggest company in the world, bypassing Apple.
There's Tesla. Tesla's got a big order at 290. And there's some smaller orders around 289.50. Nothing really down below there. So sort of it's pretty, a little bit bullish. NVIDIA, let's take a look at NVIDIA. Lots of orders. NVIDIA is probably heading to 150. Maybe not today, but you never know. Maybe today. There's 148. You can see here a lot of orders to the upside. And it seems pretty strong. AMD not looking as good, although it has orders to the upside. AMD a little bit more choppy at the open. Apple.
QCOM is up 5%. QCOM is interesting. I think QCOM is a big component of SOXL, yes? Oh, shit.
It should be. Yeah.
That's why
QCOM was reported last night. So QCOM was up and ARM was down a bit. QCOM had beats on the top and bottom line. QCOM not looking great though. It's kind of it's gapping up, but it's trading below the VWAP right now. So that's kind of a setup for what I call a lead balloon trade, which could be returned back to previous day close. So it was up pretty high in the pre-market, 187. And now it's down like almost $8 from that high. Interesting. NVIDIA might be worth watching. Or QCOM, I should say. I might watch that. I'm going to watch QCOM. Apple's breaking out. it doesn't like being second. The only thing about QCOM, watch out for the spread. The spread's kind of ugly right now. It's like 30 cents. Let's take a look at QCOM. What have we got here? We got 1 minute to the open.
1 minute to the open. You guys should be able to see my screen in the chat and Brian's screen. I have one question, guys. Is the quality of my sound okay in the chat room? Is it clear? Is it nice? Good.
It's okay.
Perfect. All right. So DJT is gapping down 14%. Somebody yesterday in YouTube was asking that I'm back holding DJT at 38. Should I sell? And then I kind of told them that, probably not a good idea to hold it because it doesn't seem like a good idea going down. But who knows? Let's see.
Let's see. Here we go. Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding. Lyft has some interesting. Lyft could be opening range break up. I like the volume on Lyft. If Lyft comes up, Tesla, boom, popped up.
And Tesla popping.
Yeah, Tesla is super nice. So I'm going to wait for a few minutes to see what's happening in the world. Tesla did 290. SPY, Qs are super strong.
Wow, Apple is really strong. Nvidia's breaking out here a bit. I shorted QCOM.
Interesting, Brian.
But it's really, it's kind of ugly. I like the way it popped up there. I think it was kind of looking for that. It's looking for a
Tesla is also rejected. Let's see if Tesla can be a short. I kind of missed it. Short on Tesla. Tesla would have been a nice short.
Okay, I'm just covering. I'm going to cover some. 178.50.
I'm going to get a long on Lyft at 1761 for a 1 minute open range break up. Lyft is the earning, yes? Let's see if it closes above the gap.
Mm-hmm.
So now 5 minute looks like a doji. The higher pre-market is just near 18. All right, so I'm long here, guys, on Lyft. I'm long Lyft, guys, 1770. I took an Uber for Lyft. So let's see if you can get to 17.
Yeah, I saw that.
Please, Lyft, go up. 18 would be my life from other. There you go. Selling, guys, selling. I have a big size, guys, on it. I'm selling Lyft. Everything that I haven't was in it. Wow.
Yeah, I'm along with you on that Lyft.
Here
we go.
Dude,
nice.
What a... Yes. Yes, take the Uber.
Here we go.
Oh my God, what a trade on Lyft. Guys, I'm done with my life, guys, forever. That was such a good trade.
Lyft is looking good. I think it could be going to 1860.
Oh my God, what's the situation here? I took a way too big size, and I looked at it. I was, I'm up $40,000. What happened?
Here we go. This is looking good. This is looking good.
Yeah, looking good. 1839 is the level for sure. Ooh. Oh, that is so good.
I'm getting out of the rest of
Lyft.
QCOM. Don't like it. So I'm just sticking with Lyft right now.
1845, guys.
1850. 1850 coming. Big order at 1850. There's also R3 there at 1860. So I'm not sure. See if we can get through there. It could get halted at 1863.
It was. It can get hot now if it goes up past. Nvidia is also looks like a long. Nvidia is popping up significantly. I don't know if I want to take a trade. Nvidia is super strong. R3 at 1860. Oh my god, that was awesome. Yeah, Nvidia is going to pop up significantly.
I got an order sitting. Oh, there we go. Got filled. 1850.
Oh yeah, that is beautiful. 1854. Me as well.
Diddly doodly. There you go. That's how we do it, baby.
Beautiful. Nvidia. Did anyone took Nvidia long? Nvidia is also super interesting.
Yeah, Nvidia's got some nice. And Apple broke out right out of the gate here.
EQQ.
The buying. Boy, it didn't take long. Buying brigade came in.
DJT is a nightmare. DDOG and AMD are hitting the scanner. What are they up to? Yeah, AMD looks like also wants to pop up above 147. There is some resistance to these moving averages at 147, but AMD is also interesting for a pop, 5-minute pin range breakup.
Yeah, AMD is...
But more than NVIDIA was a nice pop. I looked at NVIDIA, but I had a very big size on Lyft, so I really didn't want to add more on it. So I have...
Stick with what's working.
Yeah, I mean, I took big size on Lyft, so I didn't want to add. I'm adding a little bit more on Lyft at 1835. Let's see if we can get another pop on Lyft.
Yeah, right at pretty close to R3 is where it rejected, almost right to the penny.
That's amazing, guys.
1860, it rejected.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, for the ghost 1860. Look at that. It's all 2021 again, guys. Look at that.
Yeah, seems like it.
That's awesome.
Damn, I knew Qcom. I should have stuck with it. Well, c'est la vie.
NVIDIA looks like it was another pop. NVIDIA did a really nice pullback. NVIDIA order flow is super strong.
Yeah, totally.
Wow, super nice, guys. Did anyone in YouTube took Lyft, guys? I know you were a little bit delayed, guys, so you might actually, by the time it might be too late. Getting at 1872. Jared thinks that it's going to go to 19, so why not? Was it the earning on Lyft? Is that because of the earning, or it was some robotaxi or something?
Yeah, it had earnings. Wow. Yeah, it had earnings, yes.
NVIDIA is also going up like a boss. That's great. Qs
like a boss, man. Like a boss.
Man. Nice, guys. Nice.
It's kind of interesting. The IWM's red, and so is the Dow.
Dow had a massive run yesterday, 3-4%.
Oh, that was up like, back to 2022 for a gain like that.
Super nice, guys. This is Tesla is hitting this guy. Tesla, I wanted to short Tesla at the open. It's a little bit scary to short Tesla these days after this massive up.
Oh, yeah.
But the order flow was super weak. Rejection of 290 was very nice, but it's okay. Let's see what Lyft is doing. All right, today the Federal Reserve is going to reduce the rates, reduce the pressure on us a little bit. But the questions would be super interesting. I don't know how he wants to answer the questions about.
Well, it's interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. They're lowering the rates, but if you look at the 10-year and the 2-year, they're taking off to the upside.
Yeah.
The yields.
Yesterday, bonds were just crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's just that's a. I sold all my.
And Jay Powell and they're not a fan of each other at all. Sorry.
I was just saying I sold a lot of my bond positions when we got down, and I just thought I should have flipped my position on that. Should have gone from TLT to TBT, which is short the bonds, the actual price of the bonds, which means the yields are going up. I even had a talk. Remember, I had a talk with Artie about it.
Yeah, Artie was short bonds. Tesla is coming up. Tesla potentially could be opening range breakup if it closes above the VWAP, volume weighted average price, at around 288, because it looks like a doji really right now. I'm going to get a long on Tesla at 288. Let's see if it can go red to green back toward the high of the day. Like this price action of 5 minutes is kind of bullish. Every time it's going down is going to do that. If it closes, it might actually pop up back toward the 289, high of the day, red to green. I had a really good profit on Lyft, so I can be a little bit reckless today because I have a really good profit on that front. NVDA, I missed NVDA. Let's see, red to green. How's the book map doing for Tesla? I'm sure it should be some.
I don't know, just looking. Yeah.
All right, so Tesla. We touch the green.
There we go. Tesla's got an order at 290, as I said earlier, and then there's yeah.
So it's almost at 1 my R. So again, I don't want to partial too early because the risk to reward is super important. So I was giving it roughly about 70 cents, and now it is at 70 cents. So I am start partialing out here, 289 big ask. So see, the concept of risk to reward is super important. If you start partialing too early, then you are missing the constantly on these small butts. So now I'm partialing on Tesla. This is almost 2R for me, 290. Yeah, there you go. So now that I am up 3,000, I can actually let it go really nicely. Oh, there you go. SPY is also ripping. Oh my God, that's awesome. This is like 2021 again. Oh.
Yeah. Breakout, champagne.
Champagne, use it 5:10. It's 6 o'clock in the morning, but we can cheer for salute to United States of America for such an amazing stock market. God bless America.
Thank Fed Powell for all the money that he put in the system. Look at Meta really took off too. Man.
Meta yesterday was funny. I don't know if you noticed that now because of the election and Elon Musk and X and they might actually go up. The Meta was actually gapping down when the whole market was going up. I love this stock market, man.
It's still an order at 290 on Tesla. But that's yesterday's high, so it's kind of struggling.
Yeah, I'm going to add a little bit on Tesla, guys. Here at 289.40, I'm going to add it. Let's see for the break of 290. I think there's definitely big ask here sitting. Man, today in a conference call would be funny, probably with Jay Powell. Oh, they're huge ask. Look at that. Oh,
yeah, it's big ask. Yeah,
that would be. It would be so funny to watch Jay Powell asking questions about President Trump because they're not a fan of each other. That would be really funny to answer.
Powell was his pick.
Yeah, it was his pick. Powell's Republican, but back in 2019, if you remember that President Trump was tweeting that Fed keep the rate down. It was really fun to watch. Yeah.
I remember that.
2019, we had those pullback. All right, so let's see if Tesla can actually break the 290. SPY's ripping higher. Well, the idea is that the central banks and Federal Reserve and stuff should be. Tesla is dropping to my break-even point. Should get out of it.
I didn't want to.
Getting out of Tesla, guys.
I shorted it.
I'm all out of Tesla.
At 290.
Yeah, profitable.
It kind of thought it was going to fail there.
Yeah, it's. NVIDIA is the trade that you got to be in there. Look at this NVIDIA, super nice pops. I made a little bit of money at Tesla. Actually, I gave some of the profit back on Tesla, but it is what it is. So, you can't win it all. But I had a very
went
deep
long
win on Lyft.
Yeah, I went long the puts, the 92 puts.
Yeah, so I got to stop that on it, leave it for profit. Went down NVIDIA. I'm going to add a little bit on Lyft. My new average on Lyft is 1814. Let's go. I'm adding a little bit more on a Lyft. It looks like a good consolidation. Let's see if we can get another big run on. All right, so here we go. Lyft 1872. The high of the day is at 1875. I'm partialing some. There you go. Beautiful.
We're going to 19.
What a trade on Lyft. I love that.
Yeah.
1892 is a level. Potentially want to get that. This R3 if you can get pass over it. Qs are up 0.86%. Technology is up. Great trading here on this front. SMCI, what's SMCI doing? SMCI is kind of choppy, huh?
Yeah, it's had too much news in it. I think it's kind of trying to find a value range. It's funny when that announcement came out by Ernst and Young about their level of confidence in their earnings that they were trying to report. I mean, that's pretty ugly when your auditor resigns.
Auditor says we don't want to have any association with this company. Like, what kind of cooking they're doing? Like everybody cooks their book somehow, but what's inside? Holy.
Yeah, it's like they said something like they have no confidence in the numbers that they're reporting. That you couldn't say anything worse, I don't think, as an auditor. Because when you're a public company, you work with your auditor. If your auditor has issues, you try to figure out what the issues are, try to resolve them. But for them to just walk away, obviously they couldn't come to any agreement. Well, I think the big concern now is they're going to get kicked off the board, off the queues, because they're late. Yeah, because they're late. They obviously can't file, so they're late. They're a late filer now, I think.
Yes, for sure.
Where they're going to be.
All right, so Tesla is doing some stuff. It's coming back up. Lyft.
Tesla, I think, might just be choppy. Yeah.
Eventually finds a direction.
I still have a little bit of Lyft yet, but it's kind of left, but it's kind of at my break even. Man, QCOM is either going to hold here or it's going to PDC.
Absolutely amazing. Yeah, Lyft probably going to stop me out very soon. Or maybe not. Just bounce back quickly. Yeah, I'm holding 9,000 shares of Lyft yet still. Looking for the next opportunity to pop up. Tesla obviously is struggling at previous day close to find the direction. Lyft. Yeah, Lyft maybe doesn't want to go down.
No, still buyers there.
Maybe add a little bit more. I'll add a little bit more on Lyft here, see if we can do another pop.
Sure. Why not?
Sure, why not? You live only once.
What did Bros do? Bros have been kind of choppy.
Rose Dutch Brothers. What did they do? They're a bunch of Dutch brothers?
Yeah, it's a coffee.
Oh, it's a coffee company.
Coffee chain coffee chain in the US. Maybe someday you'll see dudes. We'll be trading dudes.
Yeah, your company dudes, huh? NVIDIA is coming back up. NVIDIA was really nice trading. I missed it completely. Looks like it wants to go back up. Yeah, NVIDIA is coming back up.
Love about this market.
Tesla might have the pop in it, but it's super flat. It's super choppy. But I think Tesla has 290 in it. Lyft is coming back up, so we added a little bit more on Lyft, guys. So if Lyft can go to 19, then Andrew Aziz would die as a rich man. You can tell history that Andrew Aziz was a rich man.
You could get another Lamborghini just to park beside.
Dude, I haven't driven this one that I have in 1 week. I have no place to live. I have no place, no destination to drive. And now some of my friends over the weekend, they want to go camping, and they say, "Oh, I can't take this car to camping to the service road in the forestry." Even one destination that I have, I want to rent a car and go somewhere.
Yeah, you wouldn't be taking that on any service roads.
Yeah, I gotta do grocery shopping for your wife. Does Debbie want anything today? Go. I can bring it.
There you go. There you go. Perfect.
All right, let's see if Lyft can pop up. So Tesla, come on, super tempted to do a trade on Tesla.
I'm nervous about trading Tesla. I think it might be one of those days where it just chops around.
Should I go off-roading with it? Yeah, what's the worst case scenario? I make damage on it and they fix it for me, for a price, like everything. Money solves everything,
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Are those tires off-road tires? I can't even remember. I don't think so.
No,
there goes Lyft, baby.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can break that.
Here you go. Come on, baby. Come on, Lyft. Look at her go. Yes. Yes.
Are you Lyft too? Partialing out too as well, guys?
Yeah.
Right. Tesla is going up too. So let's get a trade on Tesla. Huh? What do you think, Brian? Or no?
I'm not crazy about Tesla today.
That was crazy yesterday.
Yeah, well, yesterday, but Tesla has this thing, but sometimes it gets into real chop. So it's kind
today
of
is one of the
hangover.
Well, I have a confession to make. I have a confession to make on Tesla. I went in long for the break, but I got out of it. So I'm sorry. I didn't mention that to anybody. So I went long, but I get stopped out on it. So I'm actually not in Tesla.
Yeah.
That is a little secret between us that I tried to take a long on it, but I'm getting out of it.
Perfect.
Amazon is crazy, huh?
Brent,
what's happening with Amazon?
Brent, how are we doing? How are we doing with the likes today, Brent?
Let's take a look. Got to refresh. We have
likes.
Subscribe.
303 likes. But we have
yesterday we had the Brian. You were not. We had over 1,100 like.
Yeah.
Like
and we have
100 people.
858 people watching. So what gives?
Yeah.
I'm going to shame you, Chad. Give us those likes.
Yeah. Everybody had the election fever.
They were
or something.
so nice to us yesterday. I don't know what was their agenda. They were so nice to us yesterday. It was.
Well, you gave away a laptop.
There you
we
go.
Always do. We never really get that many support and like.
Look at that great
Mr. Pezim is back. You gotta like Mr. Pezim. Whoever likes Mr. Pezim, like the video. Whoever doesn't like him, remove the likes. Let's see if it goes up or not.
Yeah.
No, actually, so if you like Pezim more than Andrew, like the video.
I like that. It's like when a CEO leaves a company and the stock price goes up. That's always.
Goes up, yeah, I know. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like me. Like my friends in Vancouver don't like me. You know how flashy I am, and like to travel. Like nobody is feeling good hanging out with me. Like, but I kind of made peace with it. Like, so be it. Like, yes, I'm an asshole. Okay, so I made peace with it. Thank you. It's better than just
you have people that like you too.
All right, so Lyft is let's see if we can get to 1892.19. Brian, unfortunately, they don't like you that much. I think we get like 25 like or something like that. So sorry, buddy.
It's just that challenging to.
Yeah, you're an old timer, man. You're an old timer. They like new people.
I know. They do.
All right, so we are having. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to make another trade, guys. I had a really, really good trading on Mr. Lyft or Mrs. Lyft, whatever.
Mrs. Lyft.
Who is using Lyft? I've never actually used Lyft for. I haven't used it for a very long time. Like, I think it was like before pandemic.
Yeah, when I was coming back from the airport, I had both apps. Looking at both apps, I thought, I always use Uber, so I used Uber.
Well, Andrew and Brian,
yeah.
If you're not taking any trades, maybe it's a good time to answer some questions in the YouTube and BBT chat room. If they have
That's a good question. That is a very good question. So let's get some questions, guys. I already I'm having a position on Lyft. I'm waiting to see if it can actually break toward 19. It's very likely. So holding it out here, I got out of this freaking Tesla. So I'm taking some questions from, let's go to YouTube first. Is there any question, guys, about trading or life in general? So the trading platform that we're using, the one that you see on my screen, you guys on YouTube, you don't see my screen. We're using the DAS Trader Pro, which is a software that you can connect to some brokers. Stands for Direct Access Software, which is direct access because their servers are co-located in NASDAQ. So your orders go in through the servers in DAS and then get cleared by your clearing firm. So that's the one. So is swing trading more profitable than day trading? The answer to that is most likely no, because best of the swing traders can maybe expect 20 to 40, 50% a year annual return. But day trading, we proved it mathematically that if you can, have a consistent trade, you can get up to my account, which is a big account, is about 130% for the year. While the market is 25%, 30% up. So see, you beat the market significantly higher. I think it partly. Go ahead, Brent.
I was going to say it partly depends on what kind of market you're in too. I mean, it's much easier to make money in a bull market like we're having here. Everybody's making money, and but when we get into a market that's either choppy or downtrending tends to be more volatile, so it's harder to make money. So as a day trader, it might be more lucrative in a bear market, but certainly in this market, swing trading is very lucrative as well as day trading, obviously. Sorry, go ahead.
So that was a question. The trading view is pretty good. You can use trading view, but when you get into the sophisticated trading like us, we are probably the most sophisticated day traders that you out there in YouTube. You need a direct access platform. You need something like DAS. Trading view, I don't think the way that we trade really works on trading view. So what did I see that Ivan is asking a trading question, that why did you go long on Lyft? So Lyft is the perfect stock and play A+ setup that we have. Gapping up, have the earning, fundamental news, overall market is super strong. So what I saw in Lyft was that in the first minute, try to sell off below the VWAP. It couldn't. You guys can't see my screen, but in the chat room, and then as soon as it came and fuck Tesla, I'm sorry. As soon as it gained the VWAP, I went long for 1 minute opening range breakup and added more, and then boom. So it's a very standard 1 minute opening range breakup strategy. And guys, on YouTube, we have this $1 fee that you can go and you can see. We have in our community 19 strategies, 19 different day trading strategies, short videos are explaining with the lingos and everything. So you can actually sign up to that. So we're not having the $1 for chat room anymore. So you can get access to all of our comprehensive basic education that we have. So if you're in a $1 trial, then no, that's the last one that you're using. From now on, we don't have that one anymore. So feel free to sign up if today is the last day. So question, Lightspeed is pretty good. Yeah, Lightspeed is also a good platform. I never used it. Lightspeed is a good platform.
I think
getting some.
I think people use like Thor uses the TD one or the Ameritrade one. Toss,
Thinkorswim.
Thinkorswim, yeah. Pretty sure Thor uses Thinkorswim. So you don't have to stick with DOS. It is the Ferrari or the Lamborghini of trading platforms, though.
Guys, look at Tesla.
And
oh my God, Tesla! Look at Tesla. Did that break of beautiful 290? Oh, man,
Tesla.
Sorry. Yeah, Tesla is unbelievable. Look at this volume blew up through 290. I am so sorry. I told you I went long, but I got out of it. Man, we love Elon Musk. NVIDIA is also crazy. I love you, Tesla. So Paris is super.
That is Barry.
Any question in the chat room? Let's get some question. Laptop recommendation, Kevin, is best for. Should I get into Tesla now? It's a little bit. I have a FOMO on that, but I'm gonna get some. Let's see if we can get to 295. I'm gonna get long on Tesla, like a FOMO trade. Let's see if we can blow up this $50,000 profit on Lyft. Yeah, this is super bullish. I'm scalping Tesla. Let's see if we can get to R3 292. This is a squeeze. This is like a gamma squeeze or something. Let's see if we can get one more.
Yeah, there's an order at 193, 293.
Yeah. I mean, it's super extended. This is a bad trade.
When we push through this, you can see how we push through this 290 level on volume.
It blew up. Those are the big asks that I showed you. Those are the big asks.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get one more pop. I'm gonna get out of it. One more pop. One more.
It's from you look at this thing. It's gonna go to 300.
Yeah,
maybe
not today, but definitely it's gonna go. I'm getting out of it. So
you never know. With this market, you never know.
Yeah, 300.
Yeah, you never know. I wouldn't be shocked. Let's just say that.
200. Well, actually, you might be right. So I'm getting out of it mostly, guys. So I skipped like a few $1,000s on it. So 292.60. Yeah. So I'm partialing out on it. That was a good. I gotta make money on Tesla. I knew that this is gonna go. So 300 today. How much would that be?
I would not be surprised.
Yeah, this Elon Musk can do anything, man. This Elon Musk can do anything. You're right. Oh my God, unbelievable. 293. I have 700 shares of Tesla left, guys. Setting some here at 293.14. I'm glad actually I got in there. This is a bad trade, like jumping in this, but the price actions, the volume is super bullish. The order flow of Tesla is super bullish. This is like probably the kind of trade that. Okay, guys, Lyft is dropping to my break even, so I'm out.
Yeah.
1837. Yeah. So I'm all out. Super nice trade, Lyft. Thank you, Lyft. We are happy with your price action today.
Yeah, and I'm the same way, flat now. You've still got some Tesla. It still looks 295 looks possible right now, and I think even 300 could be doable.
Well, the question is, what are the indicators that I'm using? The moving averages, 9 and 20 exponential and 50 and 200 simple. And the blue line is volume weighted average price that we see. And I have the pivot points, R3, R4, and S3 and S4. These are the most important indicators that the most important things. Like R1, R2, and S1, S2 are not really that important. 3 and 4 are more important, so that I'm using. All right, so that is a pretty good situation here in our bank account. What about questions, Brian?
Yes. Thank you. Yeah, Nvidia's probably going to 150.
Yeah, NVIDIA is going to 152. I'm not using anything below 1 minute. I know some platforms, they have 30 seconds candlesticks too, but way too choppy to recognize any pattern in there. Even 1 minute. Like I think Brian is using 2 minutes instead of 1 minute. A lot of our traders are actually using 2-minute candlestick.
Yeah, nice trade. Tesla. Paris had a nice trade on Tesla.
Amazing, Paris. Yeah. Amazing. Like I was trying to get the same trade on it, but amazing, guys. Today is I think it's one that accounts. People are making probably a lot of money.
Yeah, I can see why Tesla, or I can see why Paris took Tesla. It really was holding this view up for about 10 minutes. They weren't letting it drop. They kept buying it. And then, of course, as soon as it blew through this area where it's had resistance, this 290 level.
Wow, SPY 1600, NVIDIA 150. Life is sweet, man. Today is the day that we party.
Fernando, you traded PLTR. Nice. Interesting colors on your chart.
Oh.
Blue and green. Yeah, SMCI. It's got a gap to fill.
Luis Baldwin had a laptop from us. Luis, how's the laptop doing? You got a laptop from us. Are you making money on the laptop, or are you losing your money on the laptop? So Farrell is asking which one is 9, which one is 20. So always the smaller price, smaller moving average closer to the price. The one that is closer to the price and hugs and kiss the price more is the smaller moving average.
Yeah, it's
they're calculated based on the smaller one. Yeah.
Yeah, the smaller moving average is always going to be closer to the price.
Guys in chat room, YouTube, this is the last time that you can sign up for $1 for the chat from that tomorrow.
Oh man,
the $1 deal would be different.
What a deal! $1. How can you say no to $1? $1. And we only charge that because we want to keep because the bots are really high-me with their money. You don't like spending $1.
Great trading on Paris. Let me actually bring Paris trade on Lyft.
Yeah.
So I'm showing actually Paris trade. So Paris is a very nice trade, a very similar entry to me as soon as it came above the VWAP. And I'm surprised that Paris didn't add that 936 and 946. Paris, you're usually adding really well on those pullbacks. I think you were doing something on your phone. You didn't pay attention. Usually Paris really adds really well on this pullback. He did it at 10, but I think he was watching porn or something around this time. But when you enter the trade, so for me is based on the volume weighted average price. So I don't want to go opening range breakout when it's actually below the VWAP. So the reason that Paris and I both came in here right around this here, even though it's still not 1 minute opening range breakup, in the chat room I'm explaining that, is we anticipated that breakout. And of course, a normal stock, I wouldn't have done that. But this one is gapping up 20% for a good earnings. So it's a catalyst in their stock in play. They want this classic one that we do. Like it's different from what, Tesla doing. Tesla is, was kind of a previous day close. And Paris is really good, honestly. As much as I don't like Paris, he's really good. I have to admit that he's really good at adding in these pullbacks. He's really, really good on that. And it's one thing that I have to learn from Paris. I don't think there's a lot of things that I have to learn from Paris, but one thing that I learned from Paris is adding on these pullbacks. So that's his Lyft trade. I'm just joking with Paris. Paris is a good friend of mine, so I don't think he minds that. But his ads here on Tesla is a little bit different story because Tesla really didn't do the breakout, but he was anticipating the breakout. I was also anticipating the breakout as well. So if you look at his ads, it's probably a stop loss, I assume, was something around probably 287.25 around this area, which is a very reasonable risk to reward when you look at this breakout. I think it's a very, very reasonable. If your entry is around here, you're risking about $1 on Tesla, and then obviously your first target is $1, $2, $3, $4, $5. So it's like a 5 to 1 or something like that. I think this is a very amazing trading in this particular case.
Nice. I posted a picture of Paris in Toronto.
Oh yeah, Paris has his eyebrow on every vice known to human.
Paris
Right,
in
so
the
what's
clouds.
Tesla doing? Shit, Brian, the Lyft is coming back up.
I know. That's okay. I had a good day. First day back. I'm not looking to buy a Lamborghini.
Right. Yeah, I don't. Sunrise after daylight saving is actually pretty nice. The sun is rising pretty nice. What time is it?
Yeah, I can't believe how dark it is. How dark it was last night at like 5:30.
Yeah. All right. So I had a really solid day, guys. Very, very nice. The situation in the bank account is super nice. Thanks to Lyft.
Tesla's doing some consolidation. What else have we got here? Apple.
Nvidia is just keep going up.
Wow. Yeah, Bros is on. Bros is doing well.
Meta is up. Wow. ARM is up. ARM is also running up significantly. ARM is part of SOXL too. Yeah, this is one of the reasons that SOXL is up.
I don't know. ARM's fairly new. ARM is pretty new. Yeah, Bros has had a really nice run. Damn. Actually had that as a swing trade at one point, I think. They've been doing really well.
S3 and S4 too. So question is on the pivot points. Yeah, I should have S3 and S4 as well. All right, I'm getting out of Tesla, guys. I'm all off Tesla position at the break even. So we get that scalp on it. It was pretty nice. I think Tesla potentially go higher. But I'm all out of it. Yeah, pretty good day, guys, for me. It turned out to be super nice. Thanks to market. Well,
thanks to Mr.
So $59,000 was a pretty solid day for me. I congratulate the government of Canada for making half of it. And congratulations for my ex-wife for getting the other half and the lawyer fees.
You got your CRA decision?
No, these government people, man, they don't work. Like I called him in the summer, and then the guy said I'm away until end of August. He gave me a deadline for July 24th, and then he's gone. But why did you giving me the deadline if you're away? And then I called him again. He said I'm away until November 19th. Like these government people, man, they're always on vacation. give me my tax return.
Yeah. And then they complain they're not getting paid enough.
everything is going up. Look at ARM, man. Not a pullback. Not a pullback. What do we have here? What do we have?
What do we have?
$155. I don't know what to do with NVIDIA. Like they don't give us a 920, even 920 trade, Brian. It's just these rallies. They don't give us a pullback, even 920.
Even just to getting to the 9 EMA, it just keeps staying above it. Apple's kind of rolling over a bit here. AMD is breaking out. New high of day.
What a day, guys! What a day.
Yeah, the Qs are at R4. Yeah, everybody's talking about how the market's just going to continue to rally. We're getting into some good months of the year.
The Christmas rally, Santa Claus rally. That would be cool if
yeah. Usually a couple good months going into the end of the year.
Here's one more very interesting observation that I had. How do you guys blow up your funded accounts? I'm seriously, 50,000. How do you do that? Like, I'm doing it live in front of you. Like, how do you blow up like your funded accounts like so easily? Like, I am trading. Like, how did you not make money today on Lyft? Like, how really? Like,
I think it's just, like we keep talking about, it's just like, you have one bad trade and you've had a couple of good trades and then you just don't want to exit a trade that's not working out. You think, no, it's going to come back. It's going to come back. You can just watch your capital melt away.
The island in the chat room says, "What a humility! Me and humility, me and my Lamborghini. Me and humility is not." Yeah, well, Lyft is coming back. They just wanted to stop me out. It's okay. Tesla is also going back up.
That.
I got to stop that to get Tesla bought a plot. Paris is making probably really good money. I don't know Paris share size. I don't know. Paris, are you a big share size trader? Or I don't think he's trading like as big as me. I know Paris is very rich, but I don't know if his trades like buy figure today. Nice, very nice. Yeah, I mean, you got a really nice breakout on Tesla. Even with the smaller share size, you can actually like move $10 on Tesla. Yeah, Gary, I know you're a big size trader like me. You took 10. Like I took like 6,000-7,000 shares on Tesla. On Lyft was way more than that because Lyft is also lower price and my hotkeys are based on buying power. Like I thought that I'm getting like 10,000-20,000 shares on it, and I just go 50,000-60,000 shares because it buys more. Yeah, very good point, Jerry. Very nice. That's a very good point. DJT, DJT is DJT is it's these kind of stocks are meme stocks. Meme style stocks that are really difficult to predict them. Like you don't see this kind of chart on NVIDIA and AMD, even though they have volatile, but these kind of stocks are massively traded by retail,
amateurs,
and
retail.
And institutions are in there as well, but they're massively traded by retail, and there are hypes in there. They usually don't stay like that. Like AMC, GME, there was some period like that, and that election, this volatility doesn't stay. And when it doesn't, usually they sell off, continuously to sell off. Why? Because they're fundamentally broken. like DJT is not a company that generates significant revenue, and I don't think it's going to generate significant revenue very time soon. So what happens in them when this kind of volatility goes down? Like, let me show you. Like, the history repeats itself. See my chart, Brent. So you can go to the daily chart for the YouTube people from July to October. So again, these hypes that you are having popping up, and then again another popping up. And then what happens here is when that hype of the meme and retail traders go away, which will go eventually, it's not going to stay forever, and then continuously selling off going to be, zero or delisted eventually. Why? Because they're fundamentally broken. Like the investors, you need the capital inflow into the good companies to keep the prices higher. But because they are not producing really good revenue, they don't have a good projection overall good. That's why it's not a good idea to hold them for longer term, because they just continue going down to get delisted. If you're holding something like this to potentially get another one of these, it's just pure gambling. It might come, it may not come, and that's $1 billion question. If I knew, I would have bought, these out of the money calls myself and then become a billionaire. But you don't know. It might come, may not come. That's the thing on that. DJT, but with the present Chrome. Yeah, sorry, Brian, go.
Yeah, I was just going to say the calls are like, and the puts, the option market is just unbelievably expensive. Like if you looked at some of the costs of buying out of the money puts and calls, they were just, there was so much implied volatility in those, in the prices of those stocks. It would have been really difficult even to make money. So, and the options, the amounts of options that are traded will tend to move the stock around quite a bit as well. So anyway, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, there's possibility that DJT, I don't know exactly, I haven't read it, but like DJT potentially might merge with X. Either X becomes public again under this, or this one goes private under that. That's a possibility. Because I don't think President Trump continues using Truth Social as the president now that he's back to Twitter. Because originally he wasn't coming back to Twitter because he had his own platform. But his platform has less reach, and Twitter definitely had more reach. And I think Twitter is growing up after the election. So they might merge it somehow together. I don't know. But be careful of holding it without any pattern. And that's why... Yeah, we've seen this a lot. Like, let's go back to AMC. Like AMC is trading at $4 now. If you go back in time on the weekly chart, this obviously from 2021 look at the huge pop. And then time to time these hypes coming back, but eventually because these companies are fundamentally broken, they don't inject a healthy amount of capital from investors in them. The reasons that companies like NVIDIA just keep going higher is just because they're healthy now. And then the investors, all of these 401k contributions that you guys have, they're all going into these markets. So they just absorb capital. And if they don't, they can buy their own shares. Like if the company is healthy and the price is going down, sometimes they start doing the buy share back. So because they're healthy and they do it by themselves. So that's my suggestion and recommendation to everybody, guys. That
Damn, I was thinking about shorting Amazon here, but I didn't do it. It was kind of like a double top there. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been trading really like that.
Could be a 9. Oh, look at QCOM broke down. What did I tell you? I knew it was going to go down to previous day close. It's en route there now. Maybe 920 on Amazon. Could be bouncing off the 20. Yeah, could be bouncing off the 20 here.
Yeah, I like 920. I like that. 920 is a good trade. If you find a good candidate, it's a good high probability trade. Are you excited, Brian, for Colombia?
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be so much fun. People are talking about getting their shots for yellow fever to go to the Amazon. Are you going to get your yellow fever shots?
This is the first time that I'm hearing we need shots to go down there. I do tequila shots. That works.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So welcome, Siam. Siam first day as an elite member. So for this is the 10th to 24, 10:30 for us momentum traders. Brian and I were both momentum trader. This is the time that kind of you're chill down. Like one strategy you can do is Amazon like 920, which is a reversal trade that you can take potentially. I'm not going to take it because I have a really nice $59,000 profit. I don't want to mess it around. So that's one thing that you can do. But overall, most of the momentum tradings are gone by this time of the day.
Yeah, they might get some trend trading.
Tesla looks like another breakout.
Yeah.
That's my screen, yes.
Awesome.
So that's my screen. You can see the entries and exits too, and this one obviously not. But if I go, for example, on Lyft today, like you can see actually my entries and exits. So the green are enter, partial or complete exit. Yeah, I think 300 on Tesla is very, very possible as now that I look at the price action is super bullish. Order flow is very bullish. And yeah, it's just a pattern. Look at these patterns, like ABCD patterns and stuff. It's just trading unbelievably amazing. Looks like look at huge ask at 295. It's going to boom through it. Look at that. Huge. Oh, yeah, look at that. It's going to go through that. Again, I'm not going to take that trade because I had a decent day, but these are the time that you can double your account. These kind of days. These kind of days, like that's why yesterday I was up from 4 a.m. I knew these kind of days you shouldn't really miss.
No, that was an amazing day yesterday.
Were you trading?
No, I was flying. I was in the air, of course. Missed all the good trading that day. Tesla does look like it's going to go. I think it's going to get to 300 today.
Salah is asking a very good question. What would you give to your younger self with regards to trading? If I would go back in time, I would tell myself first, depending on how far I can go back. If I go very, very early, I would say that invest in a good simulator and a good platform. I lost so much money messing around with TradingView and browser-based brokers and not direct investments. That's such a waste of money. And opportunities, like if I were giving up in that time, would have been fine. So investing in like a dash trader, a lot of people come say, why do I pay $150? Well, that you see it when you actually become a trader, the impact that it has. Like, nobody likes to pay extra for a software, especially in the world that everything is free now. Paying for specialized softwares are more and more like questionable, but you'll see the difference in one single trade. That's one thing. Another thing is that never hold anything overnight when the day trade goes against you, especially if that thing is super volatile, like leverage products and like DJT or that kind of things. And
don't turn a day trade into a swing trade.
Yeah, my biggest losses was been on leverage products all the time. Like LABU, LABU, was the ETF that is tracking. I don't know if it's still in play or not. Yeah, the direction. The LABU is the one that Brian actually in those times introduced it to me, and I started holding it overnight. It was during the 2016 election, and I think one time Hillary Clinton, which was a nominee in that time, messaged that if I become president, I know what to do with these pharmaceutical companies. And then gapping down, and these are leverage products, and just going down. And she didn't do anything with pharmaceutical companies, but she blew up my account. So these are some of the advices. There's so many things as an entrepreneur. If I want to look at it, there's so many things that I would do. Like, as an entrepreneur, for example, understand the business cycles. Like in 2021 and 2020, I thought that I figured out the life. Like, I should make money, millions of dollars. I have everywhere money. Every bank account I was opening up, there was $1 million in there. And then I lost it all. I realized that you got to be, as a CEO of a company, you're going to be ready for business cycles, because it's not going to stay like that. A lot of these crypto borrows that are happening, Dogecoin and stuff, it's good. It's going to go up. Have fun, but it's not going to stay like that. And that's the basics of economy, has been there for the modern economy that we have, like about 200 years. And, its economy goes back since civilizations. If everybody is just becoming a millionaire by Dogecoin, then you have the inflation come back up again. Nobody wants to work, and everything's going to go up, and then they have to again bring down the economy. The Federal Reserve today, we're going to talk about, it's all about the business cycle. The job of the Federal Reserves all around the world is managing the business cycles. And that's why in the modern countries, they have to stay away from government control. Like, Bank of Canada has to be independent of, they can put pressure on them. Like, President Trump 2019 tweeted publicly about, against Powell. And he's probably going to come in some clash with the Federal Reserve as well, because obviously for political gain, they want some things, but the health of the economy, you have to look at it total. But the countries like Iran or North Korea, they are just, the deep of the government is in the central banks. They can do whatever they want, and you don't want those economies. They're collapsing. Like Soviet Union.
Turkey as well. Turkey is a great example of a government control, sort of like Federal Reserve.
Yeah, the sense of like even in Germany, I think the government of Germany also kind of go for the early election, because they got into this fight with their finance ministers and stuff. I wasn't following it, but I saw the headline. So the modern economies, the central banks are not, taking shit from the governments, and they shouldn't. So that is, these are the things that I can rant on it forever for you. And the reason that we are ranting is because I didn't take Tesla along. If I were on Tesla, I would have partialed now. Paris, I think, is going to probably do an amazing trade. Paris, you love that, huh? So Shal is asking, how long did you saw the success? So see, trading success is illusion. You never get into a point that you see I'm a successful. Shal, I'm one single trade to blow up my life. You always have to remember that. And that's an illusion that you think you can say, oh, I'm actually thinking. Like my fitness, I'm also never happy with my body and fitness. Never. Even though I think I'm pretty healthy, but I always look at the, potentially, relapsing into, again, drinking too much or not sleeping enough and something like that. So you always have to be careful that you're not successful. Never, you're one decision away from one bad. We've seen that in the $50,000 funded account trading. We had one trading like at $18,000, just disqualified after 2-3 days. So these things happens all the time. So Brian Paris is coming.
You're always, and the markets are changing too. You have to stay aware of that, because markets change. I mean, right now we're in a really strong bull market, but and certain trades work, but other times, it'll change. So this has been a long bull market, that's for sure, though.
I don't know.
Hey, Andrew and Brian.
Yeah,
we got Rafzilla ready to come on when you guys are ready to hand it over.
Yeah, John, welcome, buddy. So John is actually a very interesting person to talk to. I've always been fascinated with John because he's a developing trader. I mean, he had recently his best month, I think, or best year of trading. He emailed me something about that. He's a small trader, trades with CMEG. And he's a developing trader. And the reason that he's part of the mods is not because he's an amazing trader and learn from all the strategies, but he's a coach. He's a tennis coach. So he professionally teach people how to be better in their sport. And that's why I think he has a lot of values, and he's an honorary member. He's not getting paid or anything for his time. And, I really owe him for that. So I think that there's a lot that we can learn from John. I think also he's probably one of the oldest members that we have, maybe the oldest. Brent, how old are you? You're 95? Yeah. No, but I think John is like 80 or something, 82 or something. So I would consider that probably in the range that's maybe the oldest, if you have anyone that older than that. So John, how are you? Thank you so much, buddy. And
I'm
love to see
great.
that.
I'm great.
How old are you? May I
Thank you
ask?
for the.
May I
Yeah,
ask
I'm
now?
going to be in a couple of weeks. I'll be 78.
78.
So
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I love to be 78 like you. You're my hero.
well,
The guy who's
I started
probably
with you guys when I was 70. What was I said 4 years ago? So I was like 74. Started trading live at the age of 75. I never would have traded if I hadn't read your book, and that's what I want to talk a little bit about for about 10 minutes, if I may.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
you're not insulted that he said you looked over 80.
Yeah.
I never
By
would
the
have
way,
said that.
I am not the oldest member. I just happen to be the oldest moderator. So there is a slight difference. I did an informal poll one time, and I couldn't believe how many people are in our community who are over the age of 80. It's pretty impressive. So no,
Yeah.
I'm not insulted. I'm fine. I'm still 25, so it's just that 78-year-old body thing.
Yes, exactly.
So let me talk a little bit about being a part of Bear Bull Traders and being in the first of all, I didn't realize when I started that trading would be so much fun. I'm not a gambler. I don't even like to go into casinos as many people do. So I've never really had this attitude, even though I've been warned by Andrew that gambling can be or feel something like trading, but I mean, like gambling. I'm not a gambler. So I feel that I've got a bit different approach to trading than some people, I think. But I guess my first couple of years in the community, I was gambling because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. And, I thought I could follow Andrew, and of course I could not. And I didn't realize what I didn't know. And there's still a lot to learn. As Andrew said, I'm learning. Yes, October was my best month ever live. And this year has turned around for me. Now, I'm not a big time trader like Andrew. I don't take 7,000 shares of Tesla or any of that stuff. But I just want to talk a little bit about the advantages of being a member of a trading community. You probably heard it many, many times that people would not have traded at all unless they joined Bear Bull Traders or any community for that matter. There's so many advantages to doing this. You learn so much from other traders. You learn from the moderators. You learn from all the books that you've picked up, and many people start accumulating books as I have and reading them. We have a number of mentors who are, happy to do one-on-one things of that nature. Every week we have webinars, and of course, you're just listening to any of the moderators go over their trades during the course of the day. You're going to learn from that as well. So you get a huge amount of support in a community like Bear Bull Traders, and I had to join. I just knew after 1 month of testing it that I was going to become a member, and I'm glad I did. This has been so much fun. I've learned. I mean, I don't know. At my age, it's great to keep learning and learning about something new. Many of the people in the community know that I've had a great number of careers, from publishing to a painting contractor to a headhunter to owning various businesses. But this is a chapter of my life I never expected. And it's been a lot of fun. I still got a long way to go. And for those of you who are our viewers in YouTube, I just want to say this. Don't be afraid to jump in and learn more about it. I admit, but Andrew calmed me down and said, don't worry. There are a lot of people who are starting out just as you are. And there are going to be a lot of people who are amazing, experienced traders, and don't be intimidated by them. So it's a great mix of experts, people who have been doing it many, many years, like Andrew and Brian, and even people who are just members doing this a long time, and people who are just joining every week. So I encourage you to take a look at it, explore it, take your time. Don't do what I did. When I first joined, I heard Carlos and others say, by the way, when you start day trading live, you're going to lose money immediately. And I thought, oh no, that's not me. I'm not going to do that. You think you're different, right? So guess what? You will. That's my experience. I lost money the first year, lost money the second year. I'm just starting my third year, and things are turning around. It's, we often talk about it. It's just the cost of the education. So, better, if you can afford to learn, then check it out. That's pretty much all I have to say about it. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Brian. It's great to have you back, Brian.
Well, thank you so much. I'm going to ask a question, and then Brian, I think you have a question as well. What can you say how trading? I mean, in this process of learning the learning trading, how changed your life? Like, is there anything that you take away from this back to your normal day-to-day life, from your travels, from your wife? I know your wife is from South America, so anything that you can say, because it has impacted my life in so many ways. But the question is really to you.
Yeah, great question. Absolutely. I guess, and I'm just going to speak for my wife here. She's thrilled. Now, she doesn't know how much money I've lost yet, but she loves it because I'm engaged in something that I enjoy. I've made friends all over the world. I feel as though, when I when I move to Ottawa, we already have traders in Ottawa. I plan to move there in the next couple of years. So I'm counting on him to help me relocate. We've got people, not just the mods, but all these members. When we meet in Vancouver, I get to see all these people, and they're from everywhere. And so the traveling, I feel like a lot of friends, and I hate to break the news to you, but when you get to my age, you don't have a lot of friends. I mean, they come and go. I'd like to think that I have lifelong friends, but they either die or you separate because of different interests. So in that sense, not only is my wife delighted, but I am too, because one of our new members has said to me, "I'm young at heart," and she was curious about that. She wanted to know, is it keeping me sharp? Do I feel like I'm fogging out and not remembering things? And no, I feel, some people may not agree, but I feel as though I'm keeping on top of my game. I still feel young. I think day trading kind of keeps you young. And so I plan to do it forever, as long as I can see and consciously trade. So I think in that sense, Andrew, I feel like it's been a wonderful thing to move to. It's perfect for me in my life. And I'm excited about it. It's I use this, by the way, when I talk to my tennis students. I often refer to tennis and how I teach tennis in this day trading room, but I actually reverse that and I talk about how day trading or tennis is like day trading. So I use it both ways. And all my students are like, and I'm talking about the adults, of course. I don't talk to my 10-year-olds about this, but all of my students are like, wow, I think it's so cool that you're day trading at your age. So I think there's that. It has had a profound impact on me. Brian, you had a question?
We lost Brian. He was a good man.
Yeah, I think he pieced out.
Yeah,
all right.
He's meditating.
Yeah, he's meditating, or he's having a stroke. I don't know. Anyways, so no, that's great. Like, I actually feel, I feel really blessed with the community, because the community members are my best friends, and I love that. This companionship that you said, even though I don't see them a lot, I love it. Like, I was in Switzerland, I was in Zurich, and I had, for 1 or 2 days, I had nothing to do, and then Tom, which is one of our traders, he said, he lives in Barcelona, but he was saying, yeah, I'm in Zurich, my wife is shopping, I have time, do you want to do something? I went there, and we had a really great time, and then we were walking, and then we saw the FIFA museum, and we went in FIFA museum together, and a really amazing time. Like, you see friends everywhere, and one of the reasons that we have these big meetups and I try to bring people is get to know each other and make the friends. Like, everywhere that I go, just be a facilitation to get people get together and make friends and make buddies. Trading is lonely. Yeah, I feel pretty lonely, honestly. Now that I closed the office as well, so I feel pretty lonely. I'm always at home and everything. So having these buddies, it's super important.
Yeah,
Um,
I know that because having had companies with employees and whatnot, being by myself in my beautiful little enclave here in the basement, I love it here, but I got to get out and I got to go do things just like you do. You go running, drive around your SUV. Plus,
yeah.
you've got that side career as a Lyft driver. So, um, I think you've got to look, and it has to be joyful. You have to get joy from this and enjoy the journey.
Super important. This is super, super important that you have to love this. You have to love this game and the environment that you're creating yourself around. And communities have different personalities as well. Like I noticed that variable traders have a certain personality as a community that usually trickles down by the people at the top. And we don't have very very young traders, and the kind of Dogecoin traders, and we don't attract them. There are so many communities that are full of them, but we don't attract. We are more professional, family oriented, high achievers, like business owners, that kind of thing. If you come to Vancouver, you see them. You see like 200 of them. Also, they're all they're all the people that you want to share beer together and have fun together. You have something to say constantly all the time with them. But the fun is super important that you said. You got to have fun in the process. And just make sure, remember that this is also can be a gambling addiction. You got to be really careful that dissociate yourself. That's the moment that you know that when to stop or when to take it low. It's super important. Well, you
True,
said
very
your
true.
wife doesn't know how much you lost and stuff, and I'm grateful to my ex-wife. As much as I hate her, and she hates me right now because we are going through the divorce, very nasty divorce. She was so supportive. I was blowing up her life, and she was not asking about a single question. It was my money. I mean, I never really traded her money, but she never asked me how was your day. Never, like all the way to the last day of my I live together when we got separated. She never asked me how was your day. She wasn't following on YouTube and everything. And it was amazing. It's an amazing thing that I know that there's somebody accepts me as who I am and supporting me in that. And I'm just kidding. I actually love her really much. It's just we are in very bad terms. But she was amazing in that front. So having a really supportive partner, a family is super important. If your partner is not supportive of this journey that you're taking, I can guarantee that you're going to have a very difficult time to reach to a point that I am or other people. So
Yeah, I want to make something clear about that too. I'm not hiding anything from her. I feel as though it's not affecting our lifestyle. We have everything we want and need. We're able to send a lot of money to our family in South America. So it's basically I can afford to lose the money. It's not fun to lose money, but uh, being able to live your life as you normally do has a profound bearing on this. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. Any questions from John, guys? Do you have? I'm going to the chat room. Is there any question directly at John? I can obviously put my own comments and information in there too. If there any question on YouTube, guys. So V's asking how much did I lose? I started $30,000. That was my original thing. Brian, are you back?
yeah, Brian took his nap. He probably has a little bit of jet lag.
I'm actually concerned about him. um, yeah, so I mean that's great. So looking forward to see you, John. Market is ripping. Tesla is going back to 300. Yeah, let's get back into character for trading. Thanks, John. I
All
really
right, my
appreciate
pleasure.
you. And again, thanks for everything. Like he's an honorary member. Honorary? Did I pronounce it right? In the leadership team that is helping the community, and I'm really grateful. All right, so that's it. Well, guys on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. I think we're going to wrap it up on YouTube. We're going to continue to the chat room. Today is the last thing, guys, in the chat room that $1 deal have access to the chat room, main chat room. For tomorrow, from tomorrow, you're going to still have that deal to check us out, but it will be a little bit different, and the chat room won't be part of that. that. So if you want, make sure that sign up today and be with us for 1 week. We'd love to have you. And if you see the community is a fit for you, I don't want to also everybody. Like if you come, don't come, because I want to keep the community in certain level in terms of who we are in there, what kind of jokes we're making, what kind of personality the community has. So that is super important. Thanks for your support, guys. All right, so